your heart, let it shine. Speak your mind, no more time. Let them hear every line. Bold and free, that's your sign.
Hey there, fellow adventurers. Ready to dive into another children's story with me?
Always. What we got today?
Well, today's deep dive takes us into Barry the Brave and the Broken Basket. We're going to uncover all those little life lessons tucked away in this story. You know, the ones you don't always see at first glance.
Sounds intriguing. It's amazing how these simple tales can hold so much depth.
Right. And speaking of depth, this one takes place in a lush jungle. But not just any jungle.
Oh, what's special about this one?
This jungle is teeming with talking animals. Imagine that.
Wow, talk about setting the stage for a captivating adventure. Kids must love that.
Absolutely. And among all these amazing creatures, we meet Barry the Bear, our main character. He has a pretty tight-knit group of friends. Wise Old Owl, Milo the Monkey, and Pippa the Parrot. But Barry makes a little slip-up that could really put those friendships to the test.
Uh-oh, a slip-up. What did Barry do?
Well, he's playing catch with Milo, and things get a little, shall we say, rambunctious.
Rambunctious, huh? Sounds like my kind of fun.
Yeah, but a little too rambunctious, maybe. Barry ends up knocking over Pippa's basket of fruit. Splat. Food goes flying everywhere.
Oh, no. That's a recipe for disaster, especially with a parrot who probably loves her fruit.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Instead of fessing up, Barry's immediate reaction is to lie. He tells Pippa he didn't see a thing.
Oh, Barry, why do you think he did that? It seems a bit out of character for someone called Barry the Brave.
I think it's a pretty natural reaction, even for a brave bear. When we mess up, especially in front of others, that fear kicks in, doesn't it? We worry about the consequences, about disappointing people, or maybe even looking bad.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. So he tries to bury the truth, but does that really help?
Not at all. The story really drives home the point that dishonesty just creates a different kind of problem. Barry starts carrying around this massive guilt. It's like a weight on his heart, even though nobody else knows about the lie.
That's such a powerful way to illustrate the idea of conscience, especially for younger readers. It's that inner voice we all have, that feeling deep down that tells us right from wrong. And ignoring it, well, it just doesn't feel good.
So true. So what happens next? Does Barry just keep living with this lie?
Thankfully, no. This is where Wise Old Owl steps in, becoming this wonderful mentor figure for Barry. And he does it in such a gentle way, too. No judgment, no lectures. He just guides Barry towards being honest.
Yeah, Owl really hits home the idea that honesty is the bedrock of trust, not just with others, but with yourself.
It really is. Think about it. When someone you trust is dishonest with you, how does that make you feel?
Betrayed, hurt. And it makes it hard to trust them again, that's for sure.
Exactly. Honesty creates this sense of safety and security in our relationships. It lets us connect on a deeper level, knowing we can rely on each other.
So how does Barry react to Owl's wise words? Does he decide to come clean?
He does, but it's not an easy decision. He's wrestling with his fear and shame. But then his pal Milo steps up, showing what true friendship really means.
Ah, Milo. He's such a great friend. He doesn't judge Barry for his mistake, not one bit. Instead, he offers his support, even going with Barry to face Pippa. Talk about a true friend.
Absolutely. Having good people around you, especially during tough times, makes all the difference. Milo embodies loyalty and empathy, showing Barry that real friends stick by you even when you make a mistake.
Okay, time for the moment of truth. Barry, with Milo at his side, confesses to Pippa. How does she take it?
She's amazing, actually. Pippa shows so much understanding and forgiveness. She gets it. We all make mistakes. It's what we do after that truly matters.
It's a truly heartwarming moment, isn't it? It just highlights how powerful forgiveness is in any relationship. Holding on to anger and resentment, it just ends up hurting everyone involved.
You're absolutely right. Pippa's forgiveness allows them both to move on and keep their friendship strong.
And how's Barry feeling after confessing?
Remember that heavy weight he was carrying, that burden of guilt? Well, it's gone, vanished. He feels this incredible sense of relief and even pride.
It sounds like he finally gets what Wise Old Owl was trying to teach him. Honesty might be tough in the moment, but it leads to a peaceful heart and stronger connections with the people around you.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder. The truth, even when it's hard to face, ultimately sets us free.
Wow. It's really incredible how a simple story about a bear and a broken basket can teach us so much about honesty and forgiveness, isn't it?
It is, and Barry's journey doesn't stop there.
Oh, it keeps going.
Oh, yeah, it does. This confession is just the first step. It sets him on a path of growth, and not just for himself either.
I love that. It's not just about dodging a punishment, it's about becoming a better you.
Exactly. Owning up to his mistake, Barry takes responsibility. He's showing that he's willing to learn and to grow, and that's what true bravery really is.
It's so hard, though, sometimes, to admit when we're wrong, especially when we're scared of how others might react.
It's definitely not easy, but Barry shows us it's worth it every single time.
Have you ever had one of those times when you were totally honest, even when it was tough?
Oh, yeah, many times. You.
Yeah, me too. And it really is like a weight off your shoulders, right? Makes you feel so much more genuine when you're interacting with others.
Absolutely. And honesty isn't a solo act. When we're honest with each other, it creates this environment of trust and respect, not just for ourselves, but for the whole community.
It's like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats,
Yeah,
right? Honesty makes a more positive and supportive place for everyone.
you got it. And for Barry, well, his honesty inspires others to be more truthful as well. It's this chain reaction of positive behavior.
I love that. It shows how one act of courage can impact everyone around us. Remember that part where Barry goes back to Wise Old Owl after he confesses to Pippa? His heart's just overflowing with pride and this newfound understanding of honesty's power.
Oh, it's such a pivotal moment in the story, isn't it?
It really is. And it shows just how important it is to have mentors in our lives, people who guide and support us.
For sure. Wise Old Owl embodies that wise and compassionate voice that we all need in our lives. Someone to help us see things more clearly and make good choices.
And the things Owl tells Barry, they're so powerful. Especially that last line. Honesty builds trust and brings warmth to the heart.
It's such a beautiful sentiment, isn't it? Honesty isn't just a rule. It's a way of life, a way of being that brings joy and connection.
We've talked a lot about the good stuff that comes with being honest, but let's face it, we don't live in a fairy tale jungle. How can we actually apply these lessons to our own lives, with all the messiness that comes with being human?
That's the big question, isn't it? But these principles, they're universal. We've all got to deal with situations where honesty is put to the test, whether it's owning up to a mistake at work, being real in our relationships, or even just admitting our own flaws.
Sometimes it's just easier to avoid the truth, right?
Right.
To tell that little white lie or sweep things under the rug. I've definitely been there.
We all have. But, like Barry's story shows us, those shortcuts, they lead to more trouble inside and hurt our relationships.
So how do we make honesty a bigger part of our lives? Are there things we can actually do?
Well, it all starts with being self-aware. Recognize when you're tempted to shy away from the truth. That's the first step.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do we actually change those habits?
It's like any skill. It takes practice. Start with small things. Challenge yourself to be truthful in those low-pressure situations. Then you can build from there.
Like what? What are some examples?
Instead of saying, I'm 5 minutes away when you're really like 20, just be honest about when you'll actually get there.
Huh? Yeah, I've definitely done that before. Start small, build that honesty muscle. Okay, I like it. But what about those big, difficult situations, the ones where there's a lot more at stake?
Those are the times you need courage and a good support system. Remember Milo. He was there for Barry through it all, offering encouragement and understanding.
Yeah, having people around us who value honesty and integrity, it can really make all the difference. They help keep us accountable and lift us up when things get hard.
Exactly. And don't forget about self-compassion. We all mess up. It's part of being human. When we stumble, let's treat ourselves with the same kindness and forgiveness that Pippa showed to Barry.
That's so important to remember, isn't it? We don't have to be perfect. We just have to be willing to learn and grow from our experiences.
And even when we're faced with tough choices, remember, courage and integrity will always point you in the right direction.
It all comes back to what Wise Old Owl said. Honesty brings warmth to the heart. Let's all try to bring a little more of that warmth into our lives and the lives of those around us. It's amazing, right? How this children's story has sparked such a deep conversation about honesty and making good choices.
It really is. Stories have this way of sticking with us, passing down wisdom through generations.
And it shows us that even small acts of courage, like when Barry confessed, can make a big difference. It creates a better, more trusting space for everyone.
Speaking of making a difference, we've got a little something special to wrap things up today. Something to bring Barry's story to life in a whole new way.
Ooh. What's that?
Well, we've been talking about the impact of music, right? And how it can make stories even more powerful.
Yeah.
So, as a bonus for our listeners, we have a beautiful song inspired by Barry the Brave and the Broken Basket waiting for you after this deep dive.
I love it. Music always adds another layer to a good story.
The melody is so heartwarming, and the lyrics really capture those key themes of honesty, courage, and friendship.
I bet everyone will be humming along. And as you listen, think about what really stood out to you from Barry's journey. What did you learn? What can you take with you?
Maybe it's a reminder that honesty, even when it's scary, leads to peace and stronger connections. Or maybe it's about the power of forgiveness for ourselves and others.
Whatever it is, we hope this deep dive has inspired you to bring those values into your own life, to help create a more honest and caring world around you.
Thanks for joining us on this adventure with Barry the Brave and the Broken Basket.
Until next time, be safe, stay curious, and teach each other the morals of life.
In the forest green walks, Barry the bear, looking for our the wisest who's there. He's got a secret that makes him sad, but telling the truth will make him glad. And owl says that telling the truth is better. Woo! He says, don't panic, being honest is brave. When the truth is at stake, you just gotta be no. When the truth is at stake, real lives are at stake. You just gotta be brave. Deep in the woods walks Barry the bear, lies to an owl and feels rotten there. He cannot take back the words that he said, knows if he's lying he's better off dead. And owl says that telling the truth is better. Woo! He says, don't cave, being honest is brave. When the truth is at stake, you just gotta be no. When the truth is at stake, real lives are at stake. You just gotta be brave. Don't cave, being honest is brave. When the truth is at stake, you just gotta be no. When the truth is at stake, real